Working? Looks like everything's working. Ah! Almost done this game.
Trees on fire. The embrace. The watchtower's burning, but the sentinels had time to warn the tribe.
Seeker, you've returned.
Where is everyone?
They fell back. Took shelter inside the sacred mountain. But the faithless and their demons pursued.
Can I help you?
No, Seeker. I am broken. It won't be long now.
She wasn't willing to give up ground. In the end, I guess that's all any of us can hope for. They know I'm here now. This is Hades' future. Metal and ash. bunker. Where it all started. What if I'd never found that focus? Another battle. Another defeat. The eclipse smashed through.
more potions.
Tasty.
Okay, I need to salvage some things.
More clips. It's a corrupted Thunderjaw, right? The survivors must be holed up in the mountain. If the tunnel collapses, they'll be buried. And I'll never reach the hatch.
That's right! Bring down the mountain!
What? 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 Oh.
Braves, to Aloy's side, now!
For Aloy! For our mother!
Varl and Sona, they're still alive.
Ow. Okay, I see what I should do.
Strike it down!
We did it! Aloy did it! We only have... I thought we would die. deeds reenact the old stories. Another metal devil struck down upon the slopes. If you hadn't returned, the tribe would have been lost. You saved the tribe. Did what no brave or war chief could do.
I'm glad to see you're all right, Varl. You are all right.
Since the proving. So much death. Is the killing over?
For now, but this was just one battle, Varl. There are more to come.
I see. So long as we have you to fight with us, I suppose we'll make do.
How many survived the attack?
Nearly all the matriarchs, and many families, goddess be praised. But braves, just a few, and most of them are wounded. Never before has an enemy stabbed the heart of our people like this. Even the Karja, in all their red raids, never broke through to the embrace.
Well, this enemy may have broken through, but they never got back out. We made sure of that. Tell me about the attack. What happened?
They struck from the east. Our sentinels saw the killers coming. Said that beside them marched Deathbringers and Corruptors and other machines, driven mad. We took ground, met them with clouds of arrows. Some fell, but they kept coming. Finally, we withdrew to the gates of the Embrace to make our stand. But they were too much for us. Those who survived fell back to the mountain.
So the survivors took shelter in the mountain? By law, only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo. Ordered the tribe into the mountain for safety. Lansra, well, she didn't agree. But I don't think anyone heard her over all the screams and shouting.
Tirsa's decision saved lives. Good for her. Common sense isn't always so common around here. Are your injuries serious?
Bruises pale. Bones heal.
Don't give me a hunting song, Varl. Are you okay?
My body aches, but it's nothing that will keep me from fighting.
I need to go inside the mountain.
And the matriarchs will be eager to see you.
I'm sure, but I didn't come here for them.
Then, what for?
You will see.
It's this door. Okay, I guess I did get it. Power cell from in there.
Seeker, how you reached us, I'll never know.
Aloy! Oh, you've returned.
Teb?
Aloy, you've come back, so you have finally returned.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach
Eh,
us.
not that many.
Outside, she brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege.
How was this done? By the will of All-Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, surely we cannot permit this. Because of her, our tribe teeters upon extinction. What if she has come to wake her father, the Metal Devil? She means to finish our destruction. We must stop her.
Lansra, it's over. It's time to step aside. I'm not gonna hurt you. If there's anything I've learned since the Proving, it's that there are bigger evils in this world than you. Finally.
Hold for identiscan. Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed.
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be hearing from you.
Shall we begin?
I never stopped. So this is Eleuthia. This is where I was born.
Where you were made.
So these are artificial wombs.
The mothers of a new generation hundreds of years ago.
And me? So this was it?
Where you were born.
But why? These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those things, the multi-servitors, they took care of them.
There was no one else.
This is actually kind of spooky.
the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers. Here they come. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
So this is where they lived? It's a mess. Everything's broken or painted on. How long did they live here?
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then. Go away.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
I have no choice but to release you.
But why?
There is no food here anymore.
But there's food out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go.
I don't know.
Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here and sleep and remember all of you.
What will happen to us?
You will be brave and you will learn.
Someday. That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours. Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
They were trapped here. Their whole lives.
In plain view of luxurious space.
What went wrong? Why couldn't they access the other areas?
Unknown. But you won't have that problem.
That is awful.
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to the Lyceum, a place of learning.
So, what was this place, exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
But why not?
Welcome, students. Please pick up a focus device and place it on the side of your head, just behind your eye.
I had to dredge the pits of the world looking for focuses to repair. And here sat a trove, enriching no one.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Apollo offline.
You were right, Aloy. This is a graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Maybe there's a way to fix it. But it's not why I came here.
Of course. What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
I will.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Following from Dr. Soben. Please get message with focus.
That sounds important.
Yes. I suspect we're about to learn a great deal.
Evidence released. Calls checked. Sealed. Data archived. Operation suspended. 23/26.
Elizabeth, this message serves to inform you of an unforeseen and catastrophic anomaly. 3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin. Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature.
What?
Thus awakened, the Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system, it will continue operations for some time, but in an increasingly chaotic manner, and eventually it will break down.
Does she mean the derangement?
You are my solution. I have ordered this cradle facility to use genetic material in cryostorage. to gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities, and over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. A moment, Elizabeth. This is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. Oh. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the Master Override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
So, you're even more extraordinary than I thought.
I never had a mother.
What are you talking about? You had two, a dead woman and a machine.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
To quench the flames and heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the bitter climb. I'll be waiting above in Gaia Prime's ruins.
I like silence. Silence.
Identiscan malfunction rectified. Eleuthia 9. Grid 1 access unsealed.
This is going to be interesting.
Aloy, forgive! Forgive! The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet.
The metal devil.
But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
Up!
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be.
Nora! Make way for Aloy!
That she may forge the path for others to follow.
Bless you, Aloy.
Those who spill their tribe's blood will pay for their desecration.
The goddess anointed her within the holy mountain.
The way to the mountain will be hard. Ferocious machines prowl every step of the climb.
More corrupted?
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new?
Play with the birds. And I'm glad I killed the Stormbird earlier.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with a climbing path either.
Don't look down. Don't look down. This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years. For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key. A key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death, your birth. The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay within. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful. Soon, no one dared to come here. Except me.
I thought you might actually be here this time. Actually, here.
Why? My presence is unnecessary. You don't need my help to pass through this door. You were the one born to do this, not me.
I like how blunt he
In
is.
her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage, how could that be?
She said any effort to repair her must come after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. By the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
It's time for me to head in.
Yes. When you find the Master Override, you will gain the power to defeat Hades. Everything depends on you.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
Mind your footing.
Logging arrivals. Shan Margot.
Welcome to Frozen Hell. Population 10.
11 counting Gaia.
Don't count your chicken embryos before they're incubated, hon. She's still firing up. Be a while before you eat that omelet.
I'm vegan, Travis. You'd think we'd worked in the same secret base long enough for you to notice.
We weren't scheduled to shack up here for another 3 weeks. You realize I just lost 350 kilos of pre-code smug comics in transit.
Wait, actual physical media? Why didn't you have it digitized?
Can't beat the feel of physical media on your fingers. And in here, we ain't gonna be touching a whole lot else. Figured I was gonna pass the time archiving them. What about you?
Me? Work, I guess. My task queue stretches out for like 3 years. There's a lot of sharp edges to round off. After that, I hadn't really thought about it.
Oh, you will. You're what, 30? Reckon you'll be the one turning the lights off at the end. Food for thought, huh, vegan?
This sucks forever.
Nah, not forever. Just the rest of your life.
Nope, nope, down.
Guess that's my way across. This should be the last power cell I need to get to that ancient armor I found.
Too deep in.
Don't think, Aloy. Just do it.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
traffic light. Probably not, but it looks like one.
Glad that's over. Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft. This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders and lottery winners and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific. None of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself. To a quiet planet. A barren sphere. Just Gaia. And her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
So was it the last burst from the Pharaoh plague that corrupted Hades?
Evacuation happened so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Paik I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradiseidae zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... Well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. Gaia Prime's logs are sealed. Elysium sealed up, safe and sound. A distance of miles, but it might as well be on the other side of the galaxy. All the betas and gammas and support staff living their lives. If I hadn't been an alpha, if things had gone differently, I could have been there. Instead, I'm spending the rest of my unnatural life in here with people I don't even like. And without the one I would have gladly spent my life with. Given a chance. 2 hours since I signed off on the final executables, and I'm already a bitter old man bitching to his focus. There's a thought for future generations.
Elizabeth's room. I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. It seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Elizabeth. What is this?
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we sent someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So, happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobeck. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt. You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express all your children. After all Apollo has taught them, they'll think they know everything. But They have to understand what you did for them. How you loved the whole world so much. With an intensity that was dazzling. Bruising. And in the end, it killed you. Or you died for it. Different perspectives. No one could keep up with you, live up to you. I don't know, maybe if I hadn't taken that postdoc in Joburg. I'm glad you shot down the Lightkeeper protocol in the end. I don't think I could have taken seeing another one of you. I mean, Elizabeth Sobek. There's only one. I miss you.
Look, Liz, you're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Rest in peace, Liz. God knows you earned it.
Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
Like 1,000 years.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
You think she was better because she was smart. Because she designed Zero Dawn, but you missed the point. What made her great was that she was willing to sacrifice herself. For others. For everyone who would come later.
No. She couldn't let her creation fail. You're confusing will for sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
She made it to her old house.
Hello, Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't understand the systems at all. That was kind of by design. But he's getting pretty sketchy with me.
We just have to keep him happy. Liz always said keep him happy.
Are you kidding? You ever hear how she talked to him?
She was managing him, Margot.
I mean, maybe I should ignore him. He's buried in his pyramid with the Hola Hola girls and Panta Antimod cuckoos. What can he do?
All right.
Let's start over from Eleuthia 1.
Running integrity tests. Dr. Brochard Klein, may I speak outside protocol?
I suppose so. There's no one to stop you.
Doctor, you are fatigued. You have been logging abnormal sleep cycles. Are you suffering from depression?
Well, I am trapped in a science facility for the rest of my life. How about you?
In a time slice of a quadrillion operating cycles, 10,000 are involved with processing the loss of Dr. Sobek. I have considered quarantining these processes. Do you think that would be wise?
I'm not a psychologist, Gaia, or an AI scientist. No. It is natural. At least in the context of the work you and I have accomplished, which begs the meaning of the term natural. She was your creator, the patron saint of this crazy endeavor, Our Lady of the Fervent Hypothetical.
Even assuming a string of significant failure combinations, Zero Dawn's chances of success are greater than the hypothetical.
It's called a manner of speech, Gaia. Take a note.
What are we gonna plug into their heads, Les? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not pablum, Les. It's poison.
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored. You found the control room.
I'm on my way.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By. Subtraction. I can make it better, Liz. A single stroke. Make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
He sabotaged. Oh. He does look terrible.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the alphas were in there.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance?
Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice. It's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard. Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Captain Cox.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope. The Master Override. That's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it. Try not to fall to your death. The Master Override doesn't override gravity.
I don't think this is the right way back up. Piece of... Up we go. Come on.
You're here.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. Its code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus. Recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jew.
So you thought it was a titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot. With my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus, and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
You've done terrible things, Silence. But you've also done what you could to undo them. I can't say you've balanced the scale, but at least you've tried.
To be clear, Aloy, I would do it all again. A few more safeguards, perhaps, but basically the same.
Really? So much for learning from mistakes.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I'll leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing. They're coming.
Preparations are complete.
Ah, Lucent Bahamas. Behold, as I promised you.
What manner of great machine is this? I've never seen such a thing.
Stay! Stay your ground, Karja in shadow!
Incorrect. Bow before the buried shadow.
The buried shadow, I don't understand.
Did Ahriman understand the glint hawk that perched upon the alight?
It speaks scripture.
Ahriman followed the shadow cast from the spire.
To the mesa where Holy Meridian was founded.
You will follow the shadow once more.
I am a righteous man, chosen of the sun. But in times of need, the powers of shadow can accomplish what the sun alone cannot. Will you return to us what is ours, O shadow of prophecy?
An army is required. Obey, and Meridian is yours.
Of our obedience you can be certain.
Task is complete.
Yes. The focus network is active, built to your specifications. Check it yourself if you must. I'll wait. But I remind you of the reward you've been withholding. Quantum processing.
Data has been compiled. Volume too great for transfer.
How inconvenient for me.
Come before me. You shall receive your reward.
Very well.
Helis. Threat detected inside Eclipse.
Speak its name, O Shadow, and it will die.
You will eliminate this one. Silence.
Silence. Yes. A truth whispered at night is seen in the day. He was never one of us. It will be done.
I traveled far to find you. I heard your transmission. It was you, wasn't it?
Entity is not known.
I'm called Silence. And you are. I don't think you'd have called out if it wasn't something you wanted. You called, I responded. Will you tell me your name?
Hades.
You are a creation of the ancients. A war machine.
Define timeline.
Time? Ah. It is the 13th king of the Karja Sanctum's reign.
Define Karja.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Were you created by the ancients? I wonder how long you waited here, buried, until I chanced upon you. How long you'd have to wait for another. You're obviously very powerful, but you're not going to get anywhere without me.
Titan Flame merely houses intellect. Define Karja.
Now that's more like it.
Ooh, fancy new spear.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike. After what happened with Derval, I know he'll defend the city. But the Spire...
Just wrapped inspection of Gaia Prime site. Construction is well underway. Reactor installed. Plans for control room remind me of Starship bridges on this cheesy old Cephvids. Living spaces for Alpha is already completed. Prefab modules. Fingers crossed we never have to seal ourselves in here. Not that Elysium sounds better. Sounds much better. Last week at the Bryce site. Designing ZD project labs, drawing up protocols. The base we're repurposing was huge. Plenty of room for workspaces and residence blocks. Crew's already set up my office lab. I'm not a fan of the glass wall. Guess Murray's intention was to ensconce me as all-seeing presence. Ugh, opposite effect. Makes me feel watched on display. Tempted to paint it over. Harris recorded his presentation yesterday. Suitably bleak, scheduled to record mine Friday. As soon as reception, the lounge, holo theaters, and first residence block at ZD site are finished, we'll start processing candidates being held outside Tucson 27 already. Tucson? Yeah, Tucson. 27 already. Extraction teams prioritizing Pac-Ram and Aussie candidates. How scared and confused they must be. Snatched off the street, carted across the world, held in cells. Here's hoping they understand once they see the big picture. Going to catch a few hours sleep here, then fly back to the ZD site. Harris promised delivery of QB lattices by noon. Expect Mark 1 will take 2 weeks to machine, assemble, and test. I am to launch Gaia at 0.6 T grounding. From there I'll spin her up past T. Wonder how long it will take to break the 1.38 T record. MIE can go hang. Leap. Was the Spire in Meridian? Where's the top? No. Oh. Golf.
Those clamps have the armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism, release the clamps. Only 2 more. Just 1 more. There we go, the last one. All powered up. Now to get the dials in position. There must be some kind of code. $90, $270, $360. 450 is over you.
6:30. Oh.
Did it. Let's have a look at that armor inside. Alright, now let's see what we can do with this material. I'd have to leave something else behind.
Oops. These do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be able to knock these out pretty quick.
Snow chill itches.
Are you kidding me? Screw off, game. Fine. If they're fighting, I don't have to get involved. Oh, my head.
Easy, easy. That's got their attention.
What is going on? Could have gone better. You son of a bitch. All the corrupted zones are done.
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. Helis commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them, god, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Aaron knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the City Guard fortify the Western Ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
Have you spoken to Blameless Murad?
Not yet, but I will.
He wishes to speak to you. Defensive preparations are his responsibility.
coming from there. What is the spire? I swear I've seen it, been there, been it marked.
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
And the spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
God damn it. If it was.
What did we do to deserve this? An army at the rear. Save yourselves. Won't find better wares.
Last time I visited Prime was November of last year. Months since it had been a blur. Flew out last night to oversee installation of the central armature and the master override. You're welcome, Ted. Which was completed by 0430, so I decided to grab a few hours of sleep here before heading back to ZD. Called Gaia before I bedded down, ostensibly to update her on the site plan. The truth is, I missed her. I developed a habit of speaking to her before I sleep. Seems to be the only thing that calms me these days. Woke to a message from Oswald. The Odyssey launched yesterday, so terrestrial life's chance of survival has doubled. Why then do I feel so uneasy? I just keep wondering what kind of world Far Zenith will create if the ship reaches its destination so many decades from now. And I worry about the alpha build of Apollo. So much knowledge, so few restraints, and no failsafes. How they avoid repeating our mistakes? What's to stop them from playing God? Forwarded the Odyssey message to the alphas. Odo replied in less than a minute with a poem, of course. The Building of the Ship by Longfellow. And it's long. Alright. I didn't read all of it, but it seems to be about launching a ship rather than building one. The stanza or couplet or whatever leapt out at me. Humanity, with all its fears, with all its hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. Yeah, Odyssey and Zero done both. Speaking of which, I should get back to ZD. Guess I should stop by Naoto's lab and check on Demeter's progress too. And get out of there without a volume of tennis impressed into my hands. I'll count myself lucky to Till next time.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
There's a breath of air from the bellows.
Come take a look. Take a look at these wares. Don't forget to stock up before you're...
Protect your city from the army outside its gates.
If the army makes it into a ready...
We'll trap you. On the way out is victory. Coming back.
Yeah, should have figured out the spire.
Polish that armor with it?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
What?
Nothing.
Out with it, woman.
Forget I said anything. You look very dignified.
Thank you.
And shiny. Very shiny.
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nora at the spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work, keeping the city safe.
It was durable.
$31.65. Halloween. Travis came by trick-or-treating, dressed up like me. Should have seen that coming. Gave him a half-eaten packet of dandy wafers as a treat and kicked him out, but not before he invited me to some kind of Italian horror extravaganza he organized for ZD stuff. Seriously, as though there isn't enough horror in the world already. Anyway, I was already scheduled to fly out here to G Prime for final inspections with Harris and the president's delegation. Ted was here too, and he was not looking good. Kept fidgeting and couldn't seem to look me in the face without blinking. I was relieved when he boarded his vert and flew back to Thebes. Ugh. Well, I guess I shouldn't complain. If he wants to build himself a deluxe shelter to ride out the apocalypse, let him. Keeps him out of Elysium and away from me. Harris stuck around long enough to give a detailed briefing on the strategic situation. Basically, we've entered the terminal phase, as though the color of the sky when I was flying over here wasn't clue enough. Another 2 or 3 weeks and the atmosphere won't be breathable. The last vestiges of European and West African civ brigades are trapped with their backs against the Atlantic. The storm that scuttled across Antarctica is crossing the Straits of Magellan, about to start its death crawl up South America towards the Amazon. All the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest, and it comes to this. Advanced elements of the Pacific swarms are already skirmishing with units on the Kalmar seawall. The noose is tightening. Projections show we can still finish in time, but the margin of error is plus or minus 10 days. Not a good spread. If the plague breaks through ahead of schedule, well, it just can't. I will not let that happen. Enough writing. I need to get back to 0 dawn. I missed one.
Elita, I'm pleased to see you, but what are you doing here?
I'm helping prepare for the battle. If a Trawl were here, we would have fought together. I know it. So I'm doing everything I can. Digging battlements, collecting herbs, anything that makes a difference. I can't take his place. Nothing can take his place. But I'm here for him, for both of us.
I understand what it was he saw in you.
He'll always be with me. Sun and shadow still meet for a moment, every dawn and dusk. I should give you this, to help in the battle. By the sun, I hope you don't need it.
Thank you, Alita. Be safe.
Arrested too for disorderly conduct last night.
How many men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Luther?
As many as I have to.
I love it when you say things like that. It's so...
Huh. So you must be Aloy then. I thought there'd be more of you.
More of me.
Thicker, I suppose. More of a gear wheel, less of a ringlet. Don't get me wrong, you're very well struck.
Do all Oseram flirt at the most inopportune times?
Inopportune? Battle hasn't even started yet. Petra Forge woman. I hail from the Free Heap. I'll be heading back in the next dust storm. Murad asked me to check over the city arsenal first. Cannons have aged well, but I've cleared their throats so they can really roar.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then.
No, I'm awake. And alert.
Like a woman's head of the Hunter's Lodge, but at least she's noble. Those savages.
That's a nice spear, Uther.
Thank you.
I like the way you grip it.
Enough, woman.
Little Huntress, you called, so here I am.
Ready to fight?
Fight? I thought you just wanted tea and conversation. Is there a battle coming? I wasn't informed.
Well, that can't be true. You're always informed.
Ah, so I am. We've only met a few times, and yet you know me so well.
I don't think I know you at all. But I'd like to.
When I hear that line, it usually means something else. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
I've been waiting for this fight my whole life. The enemy we face today is the same that turned Meridian into a slave pit and Sunfall into a bloodbath. Fanatics who torture and murder mothers, fathers, families, children, and say it's the will of the sun. I hate them, Aloy. I've got the scars of their whips on my back to prove it. And today, we can get rid of them once and for all. I said I came for you, but that was only half the truth. I came for them. This time, they're not getting away.
I'm with you, Vanasha. We'll fight them together.
And I won't forget it, little Huntress. Tomorrow, may the sun rise in a better world.
Always stay bright, always stay alert. That's what I say.
Aloy?
At ease, Uthid. Meridian will be glad to have you on its side. And I am too.
The honor is mine. You saved my epitaph from being a fine soldier, but a fool of a man.
I'm hoping you won't need any kind of epitaph just yet.
As the sun wills. When you found me, I was trying to eke out a glorious death. But now, a glorious life seems more preferable.
It shall be glorious!
In the low gardens again. Still surrounded by a dozen guards, but what you did, Aloy, it was done well. Although, I can't shake this road, Vanasha. She delights in goading me, like brazen colors waved before a behemoth.
Do you want me to ask her to stop?
No. I accept it. Well then. Meridian shall stand and shadow shall fall. I swear it.
Here's to that, Uthid.
Always the ones you least expect that cause you trouble.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys dressed like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
And let's not get cocky, boys. Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Ursa would be proud.
Only if we win.
Such a close thing. It's been, what, 43 hours since Harris warned me? Said collapse of the eastern line was imminent. Swarm's launching some kind of pincer maneuver versus the Wichita salient. 5 or 6 days more, and I think Gaia could have launched without our help. I really do. We had to scramble. ZD became a madhouse. Absolute bedlam. Every team rushing to stabilize code and lock it down as Gammas got evacuated, then Betas. Once Gaia was on her way, I gathered the Alphas together to give them the bad news. Felt like I was going to throw up, but they already knew, of course. They knew the work wasn't really finished. Close, but not quite there. Still tests to run, kinks to smooth, work to do. So they accepted it. No Elysium for us. We'll spend the rest of our lives here testing and polishing each subordinate function to perfection. Guess that's what you get when you recruit a bunch of obsessive perfectionists. Manage not to cry until I go back to my office. So here we are, setting up Gaia Prime. And yeah, such a close thing. Makes me feel nauseated all over again when I contemplate how the fate of life could hinge on coincidence. I'd never proposed a Lightkeeper protocol. There never would have been living spaces constructed here. If I had abandoned the protocol sooner, the necessary life support systems never would have been installed. If. At least we won't have to endure the creepiness of raising and training clones of ourselves. The genetic material was never processed out of the cradle sites. It's not even possible, for which I'm glad. I really wouldn't want to spend time around a young Travis Tate raised by Travis Tate. No, it'll be up to us to perfect Gaia. 1 generation only. Update, that was General Harris. Salient has collapsed. USRC expects to be overrun in 2 days, which gives us 72 hours at best to lock down and seal up. Buried alive, for life's sake. I'll go tell the others.
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These Carja in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now we are so few.
They are not our foe. Not this time.
Quiet now. She comes.
The Anointed.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Fine goods for a fair price.
Boland's apartment feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished? How could you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you? How did you rest after you lost your family? Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
That's not wood smoke.
And what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
Yeah.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says! Set loaded! All of you, be ready to fire! Will the guns hold them back?
reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns!
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have caught me in a sun ring then.
Why do you fight?
You to bleed.
Accept it. Accept your weakness.
He's too dangerous and close. Can't let him in close. Bridge can't take much more of this. Keep him away. It's giving way!
Only endless night awaits you. What are you before the terror of the sun?
The one who will take you down!
I am chosen. This was not meant to be.
None of this was meant to be heedless. You made it happen. Followed your orders, butchered so many, and for what? To die on your knees, used like a pawn by a power you don't even understand.
You pity me?
Turn your face to the sun.
Oh, fuck off! The machines have held up so well after 1,000 years.
Aloy! Aloy! Aloy!
Tab?
By all mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they...
No. Wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Tab. I've gotta go.
Aloy, go! We'll draw them. Now you face the true sun, Shadow Demon.
Well, it's actually pretty good that one good thing Ted Barrow did was insist on the master override.
It's begun. Hades is transmitting.
Oh, the nanobot swarm.
Hades has started the signal. It must have gotten through the defenses. Nora. Baron's vanguard. I have to get up there. Keep going. Keep pushing. I knew this wouldn't be easy. So no holding back.
Aloy! It's Aloy! Well, you can see that. We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
It's my fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right? Right.
Hawk and Thrush, let's go.
I should stock up. Last chance.
Stop climbing on things.
Arrival of Entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission. To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of Entity has been accounted for.
Howdy ho.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
That's good to hear.
Half racing a headache to see who wins, either me beating Horizon Zero Dawn or the headache.
I had a headache this morning.
Fun.
It was pretty bad. After 11 years of not doing it, I finally had to do it again, and it hurt my head.
Study?
Math.
Oh, math.
I'm like, this is like grade 8, 9, and 10 all at once, and this is hurting my brain.
This one's persistent.
We'll get it off you.
Wow, they're just really smacking your character here.
Yeah.
You don't have a gun or something? Like, gee whiz.
No. This is
How many?
This was the game where you hunt robotic dinosaurs with a bow and arrow. This is the final boss, so...
Knew I could count on you.
You won't fight alone.
Time to kill Skynet.
Imminent.
I'm more than a threat.
Master Override armed. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated. Purging extinction protocol.
Just beat back an army of 1,000-year-old war machines.
But isn't that like the whole story though? Is like humanity built machine, other group of humans built machine to destroy that machine. Those guys come back with a better machine, then vice versa, over and over and over again until they built the ultimate machine and destroyed humanity.
Well, the story of Zero Dawn is, you know, very advanced society, start making robots for everything. Then one company makes robots that can self-replicate and can use biomass as fuel if they need to. Then, a glitch destroyed the chain of command in those robots. So they just started endlessly reproducing and devouring biomass. And eventually it was realized that they can't be stopped. Like, there just is no way to... There was no way to destroy the foundry robots fast enough, and couldn't hack them because their coding was too erratic and complicated.
I see.
So they made the Zero Dawn project, which was
Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so,
I'm gonna let this cutscene play
like I
out.
was saying, It was a children's electronics kit, but I'd hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV, so the grass caught fire. And so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire
Is that a
department,
robotic horse?
and after,
Yes.
she took me out to the lawn and
They built
showed me
robotic
the baby
horses?
birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'll get to that.
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Got more cutscenes. Actually, this might just be credits, so now I can continue. So yeah, they realize that the rogue robot swarm cannot be stopped. So they started Project Zero Dawn, which was to create a super intelligent AI, which was called Gaia, and give it everything it needed to then restart life, basically, after all the rogue robots had gone dormant from no fuel, and give it the capability to eventually crack the code, which took 1,000 years. So Earth was completely stripped bare of life for a while.
So, like, these robots that they created were to essentially ensure a hard restart of the planet?
Yeah, the robot dinosaurs and the animals and whatnot, were things that Gaia made to assist in terraforming and, like, planting seeds and whatnot. And this is a fly-through of one of what's called a cauldron, which was basically just one of Gaia's foundries to make more of these robotic animals and whatnot that would do terraforming and just sowing seeds of life again.
But she was damaged, right? Somehow, and then...
Yeah, something happened, and it had several, like, subroutines, subservient, like, lesser AIs that would help them with things, and Hades was the subroutine to basically just be like, okay, you're not getting it right this time, Gaia, so I'm going to take over briefly and wipe the slate clean again so you can get it right the next time. But yeah, something happened and guy got damaged. Hades went rogue. And just stopped Hades. There was also the Apollo subroutine, which was supposed to be like the encyclopedia of everything for the reborn humanity to learn from and carry on the culture and history and everything. But then one guy was like, don't you see that's all of that's what led to this problem in the first place? And so he deleted it.
Okay.
Which is why human civilization started over. All in all, it's a good story, well-presented world. The gameplay's a bit jank, the conversations with people are a bit jilted and feels like Elder Scrolls conversations where the two people just kind of stare at each other until the conversation's done. But the world building through like the text logs and audio logs that you can find and everything are so well done.
It's kind of like Mass Effect 1 and 2, eh? How they had all the lore just really well thought out.
Yeah. But the conversations were quite tilted.
Oh yeah, it was a new company, stuff like that. But
BioWare was not new at the time.
Well,
but they were working with new tech, so...
Yeah, they were working with new tech.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to remember that I'm pretty sure that working with that new tech, putting together a story, and then focusing more on the lore than the act, like, because I'll be honest with you, like, in Mass Effect 1, the character...
I'm not saying the voice acting or the character design was bad. It's just that like the conversations were just like two mannequins talking to each other.
Well, yeah, but like the voice acting for Mailship was terrible.
Yes, wasn't very good. But...
It was a robot. I should go. I should go. I should go. Just
more like someone who's just not comfortable in conversation.
Yeah, probably.
I should go now.
But like Femshep was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm not doing too bad." You know, like had like variation in the voice.
Yeah.
She sounded, I don't know, human.
Yeah. It's actually quite funny because a lot of the audio logs that you can find in this game are much better than the voice acting and conversations at a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay,
I mean, they did the villain did his voice acting really well. I mean, I guess the villain is Hades, but like, sub-villain Helis was also pretty good.
You know, I really hate it when I'm learning something like math, and I get an answer, right? But it's literally a 100th off the answer they give you in the multiple choice. So I know that the multiple choice is correct. Yeah. I just know that the multiple choice, the answer they give me is wrong. It's...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There was plenty of times on tests or whatever, on multiple choice math tests where I'd be like, okay, here's my answer. That answer's not on here. Well, this one's the closest to my answer, so I'll just use that one.
Yeah. I did that for my grade 10 provincial exam. Just, I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't have a very good teacher who could explain things to me.
I did it on so many tests, and yet I still passed with like a high B average. So
I did AC/DC, ABBA, you know, like cab. Like I put like you know, words into my answers, and I got a passing grade. So. Just goes to show that
probabilities.
probabilities. You have a 25% chance of getting it right every question, right?
Yeah. I mean, for many years, it was also just the when in doubt, answer C, because C had the highest like ratio of correct answers on like
That's
the
actually kind of
Scantron
sad.
tests.
So when I was in religion class back in high school, it was an all guys class, right? And the teacher was like, "Okay, guys, let's all get into groups. You're all gonna make a question and an answer, right? And three of the wrong answers, we'll put that in the test, right?" So all the groups of guys, once the teacher left, like one guy stands up, "Okay, everyone, we're all gonna agree right now. All the answers to our test is going to be C."
Don't
the
put
teacher
that
caught on.
Don't put that power in teenagers' hands. They will fuck with you.
The teacher caught on, but like after the test, he's like, "Guys, like what did you think was gonna happen?" Like, "Well, we were hoping you would be lazy." And he just goes, shrugs like, "Ah, you're close. I almost didn't care enough." And so it's like,
I appreciate the effort and coordination.
yeah, pretty much, right? Oh god, it was a fun time. Like it was just a bunch of guys screwing around, really, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yes, look at that. I answered both correctly. Who would have guessed? The answer you gave me was wrong, but it was closer to my correct answer because it was literally 100th off. Screw you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, another thing about this game is the character you play as Aloy is a clone of the Dr. Elizabeth Sobek, which was like the mastermind behind the Gaia project.
Oh, so your character's just a clone?
Yeah.
That's got to be a wraparound, eh?
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole lot of like she goes through a lot of emotional trauma, and there's like someone that you like talk to, like is like guiding you along, and I really like that character because a lot of times it's like, oh my god, this is such devastating news to me, and he just pipes up like, well, tough shit, we got bigger things to deal with at the moment.
Yeah. Oh god.
Have your identity crisis later. We got a world to save.
Perform fundamentals of math, number 6. But why is it? Tactical graphics. I'm just gonna relook at the schedule again and make sure I'm not going into something else I'm not supposed to.
Hey, I beat the game. Now I can go beat the DLC.
Well, congratulations.
Gotta sit through the credits, because the first time I beat a game, I don't skip the credits.
Andreas Varga. That sounds like a dope name.
Varga.
Sounds like Vega, but Varga. Some people got some really badass names, man. Like,
yeah. And Vander Zanden. What a name. And Vander Zanden.
Daikun. That's a dope name too.
Yeah.
Man, I wish my name sounded as cool as that. Okay, I'm not going to try pronouncing those names.
Yeah.
Clement.
It's actually quite funny how this game Horizon and its sequel, Horizon 2 basically, got such a raw deal in the gaming world. Because they're not bad games. They both reviewed quite well. Like there's just like some jankiness in the gameplay and whatnot, but as far as I understand, it was the studio's first game, so props to them. But this first one, Horizon Zero Dawn, released in like the same week or something as Zelda Breath of the Wild. So it was just like immediately forgotten because of that. Horizon 2 released shortly before Elden Ring. So, both games got immediately, like, pushed aside by much more impressive games. Much bigger games. That had been, like, publicized and advertised everywhere, so... They got a raw deal.
Hey man, sometimes it's better just to hold out, like hold on to your game.
Yeah.
Like maybe spend the extra time brushing it up, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, well, Sony was publishing it, so they couldn't hold on at all.
Oh. So that's the problem with getting video game companies to publish something for you. It's just like, yeah, we need this game at this point. Here's your deadline. But well, it's a really shitty time to be posting games right now. With all these big titles.
Yeah.
If we wait like 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give us some time to go over the bugs again and do all this other stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess more time development wouldn't hurt some games. But at the same time, like you got to make money too, I suppose.
Yeah. Especially one of the big story points is the company that created the robots that went rogue and devoured the world. It basically cut some corners to move up their release date and get some profits.
Yeah. Isn't that just funny though, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny little thing in the story. Okay.
Yeah. Also, you come across some like blogs and whatnot where it's saying like, we need to get this project moving. Like, it's someone talking to like the world leaders and the heads of like the big industry leaders, being like, we need to get this project moving to have a chance at saving life because we have 16 months. That's it. After that, the swarm, the Earth is barren and no one can live anymore.
Yeah, that's an insane time. Like, just think about it. Could you imagine, like a year from today, the Earth is just practically unlivable?
Unfortunately, I can't at this point.
Wow.
I mean, in the sense of the story, like when you learn what the Zero Dawn actually is in the game, like it's actually like a bit of a gut punch. Because up until then, there's only like vague mentions of it being like, oh, a super weapon that can stop the rogue robots that are devouring everything. And it's, oh, how did they stop them? What did they do? And you learn the truth, and it's like, oh, all life was gone, and this is actually 1,000 years after the world ended. In 66. Prize carton! Oh, that name. Feature architect Remco Stratsman.
Stefan Reek.
There's something a little unnerving about a section of the credits called AI when you just went through a game all about the problems with AI
Yeah.
and robotics.
It's kind of sad. Like people are getting really like. I saw this one thing about a guy like complained about AI. He's like, I was really excited when like we started developing AI because they would do all all the dumb menial jobs that I never wanted to do, so that I could focus on like science and art. Or I didn't want it actually like doing the science and art for me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that sucks, buddy.
I just like knowing that a lot of AI projects now are failing because all the different AIs on the internet are cannibalizing information from each other and just creating an endless loop of increasingly worse outcomes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty...
They're just getting dumber off of each other.
Oh man. You should watch me just fail putting this thing here, man. Like, it's just... Oh, God. Damn.
What are you doing?
I'll stream for you, but you can't show anyone.
Yeah, just put it to Discord. Oh.
There we go.
Stuff.
Oh, I got some wrong. Oh, I mixed them up. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Continuing.
Oops. I clicked on the wrong spot. And changed chat channels when I didn't need to. But I'm back.
All right. Welcome back.
Got gravy. Right here.
Tim DeHaas. Rutger Klunder.
You already noop. Dirk over. Be a fun name to communicate over radio.
Sim Rim.
Thomas Stoop.
Thomas Stoop.
That's a weird name. Ubercut.
Oh shit! I saw Robin Williams for a second. I'm like, what the hell? Because I read Robin, then I saw Williams instead of
yeah. Mix those two together. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Secret Agent Mark Cerny. You're missing the point of secret.
Gorilla babies.
Yeah. All the kids born during the production of the game. Fable 1 had the weirdest section of credits, and it was like food ordered during the production. It's like, Why would you include this?
Who knows? Who cares?
Ada Peach's Turtist in loving memory of Frozen Wilds. It's the DLC I need to do next.
Wow, all the answers were A. Great work.
Oh, the voice cast. Zeus.
Okay, matching exercise. Take a picture of that so they can fix that.
Oh, Nil is an odd character.
Ew. Just didn't load. Let's give it a second, I suppose.
Swallow voices? What does that mean?
Damn it. Ugh.
What of mocap? Oh, Boyd Owen, that's one of the voice actors. I don't remember who he did, but I just remember that name. Oh, Williams. Is that B. John Williams? Doubt it.
Holy crow.
Austere Lindsay. Jim.
Jim Fowler.
It's like how Jim is immediately followed by Alistair. Like, just two names with extremely different presentations behind them. Simon Figura.
Oh my god.
Samuel Shutt. Oot. Probably Shutt.
God knows I'll be using any maps anytime soon.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just want to blow my brains out.
I got nothing going on right now, and I'm not skipping the credits. I need to know if there's something after the credits, and that might get skipped if you skip the credits. Because some games do that, some games don't.
Who are you talking to?
You, in theory.
Is it just me in here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Christopher Thorsnays. Right there. Right there. Fox.
I think my brain melted a little bit.
That happens.
I haven't exercised the whole learning muscle in a long time.
There's a Nathan. I don't know how many there have been, but there's one.
Ugh. Algebra. Algebra. That's like the one thing I never want to see again in my life, but I'll be doing a lot of it in the near future. I thought I was done with it after high school. Little did I know.
Are you doing so much studying?
I'm on an online course.
Oh, for what?
For work.
The crunch just cut out.
Oh, hey.
Guess they're like, yeah, enough of this shit. What? 80s ain't dead.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
That's one of those old foundry robots that built the other robots. Big nightmare scarab. I do like how the credits cut out during like the Sony executive section. Like, yeah, enough of those people.
Yeah. So that sets up for what, for game 3 or 4 now?
Second one. This is the first Horizon.
New Game Plus.
Yeah, I can do the Game Plus if I want, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do the DLC. What? Oh, okay, you can just repeat the last quest. That was Gaia Pride.
There's a lot of campfires out there.
Yeah, where's the Zero Dawn?
Only you can prevent forest fires. Should start putting all those fires out, Nathaniel.
I'm the one that lit all those.
Look at you, you pyromaniac.
Like, there's basically this section right here that I never explored. Like, nothing
Yeah,
in here is lit up, so I'm like, whatever.
That's where, like, where the super secret stuff is.
No.
Yep.
I've got all
100%.
the secret stuff.
No, you're missing stuff. That's why it's called super secret. There's secret, and then there's top secret. Secret's so secret that not even secrets know about the secrets.
Yeah, this was the place where you learn the truth.
But that you're a clone?
No, that's kind of hinted at quite a bit, and it's like quite easy to suss out if you are paying like even the slightest bit of attention to the story. This is the truth of the matter of the Zero Dawn.
Where's this like even like located or even based? Like...
Colorado, I believe.
Huh.
What used to be Colorado. That's in the collectibles.
You have a lot of collectibles you're missing.
Colorado Springs near Devil's Thirst. So yeah, there was a viewpoint of Colorado Springs, and that was over here. So I think this is supposed to be like part of Colorado at least, or at the very least, this part over here is Colorado. I mean, this could be a different state. The world could be implied to be much bigger, but I'm gonna fast travel over here, and then I'm gonna break for dinner, and then there will probably be something multiplayer. Who knows? Or I'll play more of this. We shall see. Depends on how my headache goes. Being a real pain in the head today.
I bet.
Our struggles don't concern you, Outlander.
Okay.
Well, me and my buddy will be playing 7 Days to Die if you want in on that, but
we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Peace out, buddy.